Hi guys, how are you guys doing? We generally give everybody just a minute to come on this live. Whoever wants to join us, welcome. Thursday night live on mindset and manifestation for my account, for my followers, for people who are doing the 60-day challenge. If you just want to learn more about it, if you're tired of the same techniques, of Neville, of everything, you've tried everything, it doesn't work. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's working, what's not working, why is it not working. We take up some interesting questions and then we take it from there. It includes a bit of life coaching as well and practical tips on dating. Hi. And thank you for tuning in. If you guys don't know me, I'm a creator that focuses on mindsets and creating the ideal life. It's especially applicable to women because, that's what I know. I'm a woman. So I see it from a feminine perspective. I've manifested many things in my life that I talk about throughout my videos and my lives. And we've had people join this challenge, which it was a download for me at a Dr. Joe Dispenza seminar. And I was told to put this work out there for people to do it, to evolve consciousness. I think right now this information is dying to get out for some reason. The information on how to keep evolving consciousness, because if you guys are noticing, consciousness is actually devolving right now in the collective consciousness, and we're not headed in a proper path as a species. So I think there's forces in this world that would like us to know more, to be more aware of our power, to be more in charge of the way things unfold, to take responsibility. And this is why this whole manifestation movement came about. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining. Let's dive right in. If you're doing the challenge, you can tell. Maybe just leave a message here on what day of the challenge you are. You can start anytime, by the way. There's people who are on day 100 of the 60-day challenge simply because they love it and they keep doing it again. If you're in regards to the past manifestation, I got a question like, how do we manifest the past group manifestations? And I told you just have to read the list and then let go of it completely. And then they will manifest in your life. The majority of them will manifest. You'll catch up with the group energy. Everybody who's had success in this group is saying they're sensing the energy of the group immediately when they join. And, it's really incredible to see the stories that are coming from our group over the last few months. This queen says, I've tried telling people about manifesting and the power of our mind, but they don't care or believe me. You shouldn't be telling anyone. You shouldn't. I'm not looking for converts either. This is for people that already understood, thank you, that there's more to reality than what they have been presented. And they just, they're just coming in blind, or they're coming in after trying a whole bunch of things. And, they kind of sense that there's a sub-state of reality from which it's sort of like there's an image of reality, right? That's being manifested. It's like a picture that's becoming 3D, right? Where does the picture come from? How can we contribute to it? These are all questions that we have, but it's not information for people that are not ready to hear it. Most people will remain in 3D and work from 3D. You can create from 3D as well. It's just going to take a lot more trial and error. There's a lot of randomness in 3D. You're not controlling anything, right? Random thoughts create random events. You're subject to collective consciousness, which is negative. And so you're going with the flow. And where's the flow going? Singledom, poverty, economic upset, political unrest. You're going with that flow, right? Like your life is just, it has a flow to it. If you're not going to take charge, collective consciousness, someone has to take charge, right, of creating reality. So that's what happens. Is it possible to have translations with this live? I don't know, is it? I post them on YouTube. Maybe YouTube can translate it. I'm not very technical. You guys tell me how to do it, I will do it. So yeah, you definitely shouldn't talk to people about using manifestation to create your reality. They will think you're wasting your time, and their fear, okay, even if it's your own mom who wants only the best for you, their fear will affect, because we're all energetically connected, especially with the people we love, people we hate, people we share kids with, all these people we touched, we're all connected. We discussed this. So, if we're all connected, their fear affects you and the other way around. Don't tell anybody about what you're manifesting when you're manifesting it. You can tell a stranger who's not emotionally invested in you, but you cannot tell people or discuss it with them. Okay, the Facebook, please, if you're just joining us, if you're just joining our group, please listen to some of my old lives. Like, listen to like 3 or 4 of them. They're all on YouTube, and this is just to sort of see where the group energy is at and what we talk about and what we discuss. I also have a very, very important concepts meditation there. It's only 20 minutes. You can do it in the car. It's not a closed eye meditation, in which I'm explaining the way the world works and the concepts of that you should reset your mind with. The Facebook group, I just want to say, please don't add me on Facebook. Don't send me requests. I have my personal stuff there. I have this group separate from my personal profile. Tomorrow we're doing a juice fast if you want to join us for the new moon. And if you don't want to join us, that's fine. You can still do the meditation after we do a fast. We have a meditation at 8 p.m. that we all do together. And that's sort of, we've been manifesting with that. This is all about the energy of the group and riding on creating a space where we're energetically aligned towards the same thing. This is why we have similar affirmations for one another in the 60-day challenge, right? The YouTube channel is under the same handle at Finer Manifestation with a PH, PHINER Manifestation. This week's manifestation for the group was a gift. You had to get a gift, and so many gifts were received by my group this week. It was incredible. Like, we're having all sorts of things. There's like, oh, I was gifted this and I was gifted that, etc. And if you want to read them, they're on Facebook. But join us if you're tired of life being a series of random events, if you want to organize your energy system. Yeah, it was cool to see everyone's updates this week. So I will read a quick post from the Facebook, and this is like a very inspiring story. I only stay with what's inspiring, and this is from one of our members. Hello, beautiful people. I'm almost at the end of the 60 days, 6 days left. I saw Mona's TikToks many times, and I found her very intriguing. She was not talking like the other coaches on replay, and to be honest, her views on manifesting challenged my mind, and also her energy was different. I have always wanted to learn how energy works, and I guess I manifested her. I hesitated to join for 2 months since I found her because I was tired of Facebook groups about manifestation. I used to be in a couple of them, but one day I said to myself, why not? I have nothing to lose, so I joined. I've started working on the challenge after a week, but I'm telling you, I felt the energy of this group as soon as I enter. Even before I started working with this group, I put two very big desires, and after 2 weeks, I was so tired of all the subconscious beliefs and stuff from the past that came to the surface. I felt extremely tired. I felt like I was under attack from everywhere. So I'm going to pause here and tell you this will happen. The moment you start the challenge and you get into the group energy, depending on how far your consciousness and how many limiting beliefs are between you and your goals, they will all pop up. And a lot of bad dreams would happen, a lot of things that will sort of become obsessive in your mind. And this is where you have to do the work. This is where you have to insist and you have to dissolve those limiting beliefs. And then she's saying, even in my holiday in Europe, I woke up very early at the hotel, no matter how tired I was, to do the challenge. Lots of stuff happened in my life, and I have personally changed a lot. I cut many people out of my life. I'm only focused on myself and my goals. I entered this challenge for my health mainly, and I manifested through this challenge the reason why my health is the way it is, like she understood it, and a whole community of people with similar health issues like me and solutions to work on. Now I have a community and platform to work on getting healthy at my fingertips. I also quit my bad habits like staying up too late, drinking occasionally. I don't need those anymore because I released so many emotions and pain and destructive habits. Like most people here, I also have an SP who, since I joined this group, became nuts over me. I used to be so obsessed with him. I didn't realize this only when I entered the challenge, but now I am good with or without him. I am no longer attached to the outcome or to any man, and for the first time in my life, I know my worth and value and what I deserve in relationships in general. And then she continues on. It's a longer testimonial that's on Facebook, but I find that such a success story. And then, she's sort of thanking the universe, she's thanking the group, and she's saying, I'm going to continue on this work. So guys, I know I told you like it's a 60-day challenge, but it really becomes as sort of a lifestyle where you prioritize yourself and you prioritize the evolution of your consciousness. And I just did a video that I posted before I started this live, and I was saying that you guys need to always remember that consciousness is on a path to achieve its maximum potential. Okay, it needs to achieve its maximum potential, and you can go with life, as in life seeks out to live more, to learn, to expand, to optimize, or you can go against life. You can be static. You can do the same things over and over again and expect different results. But if you do that, you will not randomly, you might get something good happening in your life, but in generally you won't, because you're not evolving with the system. And as the system is evolving, it's leaving behind anybody who's not oriented the same way as it's oriented. Consciousness is oriented towards progress, expansion, curiosity. There's so many possibilities in the interaction of the players and circumstances that are designed in this, whatever you want to call it, environment, game, simulation, whatever you think life is, okay? There's so many potentialities. And in order for the system to evolve, the players must interact with the potentialities. If you want to be static, if you're sitting at your desk, if you're sitting in your room waiting for a bag of money to fall out of the sky, waiting for your SB to knock on your door, waiting for things to happen, but you don't really want to change status quo, you don't want to cut people out of your life, you don't want to do anything differently, you're scared to go for another job, you're scared to move to a different country, you're scared to make the first step, and you're just this fear that's paralyzing, status quo that, but you're like manifesting because you're like writing 369 and 468 and whatever it is that you're writing. Guys, it's not gonna work. It doesn't work like this. You have to be oriented every single day towards progress before even like specific goals, right? This is why I read out these testimonials where the queens are saying, I've changed, I've evolved. In this process, my SP became obsessed with me. In this process, I cut out negative people out of my life. In this process, right? But really, it's about her. It's about her own change. And this is what the system is all about, progress. You are oriented towards self-optimization or you are not. You have the same potentiality as the system, but you have free will, and then free will, you can exercise that free will towards growth or towards entropy. That is your choice. Nobody's going to force you to do either one of these things. But if you're towards entropy, towards, just slowly dying, then the system is going to leave you behind and there will be no rewards for you along the way. You must remember this, okay? You must want to be better. You must want inside to have different reactions to events. You must want to interact with a wider environment, with a different set of people, and return back to the system, to consciousness, a variety of experiences. Okay? You must want this. And this is like the opposite of fear. It's the opposite of staying put. It's the opposite of all that. Right? If you think about it, it's like how can I contribute to the evolution of consciousness? How can I have an experience that's meaningful to me, it's meaningful to others, where I contribute and I give? How can I self-optimize? How can I cleanse my energy system? What is it that I can do to purify to go further, to amplify my reach, to be more in receive mode and to transmit more good thoughts for everyone? If you're in the 60-day challenge, that's what you're doing, right? You're getting in there and every day I have an affirmation for others. Transmit it to them because you can, right? So I want to read another testimonial. This one is saying, this queen is saying, I've been affirming my bills are always paid, but today it took a whole new meaning. Yesterday I made a payment on one of my credit card bills. This afternoon I got an email saying the transaction was not able to be completed. This was odd. I never received a message like this before, so I looked at my checking account and the transaction is not there. No record of it in my account, no pending charge, nothing at all. So I thought, okay, I guess I just have to try to make the payment again. Maybe some type of error. So onto my credit card, but the payment was processed. The transaction showed as approved and the subtracted amount was reflected in my balance. So credit card got paid, but the money never left my bank account. I couldn't believe my eyes at first. I had to double check. But then I affirmed again, and of course this happened because because my needs are always met. I thank the universe and feel this amazing sense of relief. Okay, so I also left a message there saying that this happened to another queen in our group. Maybe this was in June. And I just checked in with her just to make sure she got to keep the money. It was like our $1,000 manifestation. She got paid twice from her employer. So at first they e-transfer her. So she deposited, and then the system somehow prompted her a reminder about your e-transfer. So she deposited again, and the money came through again. And then she got paid next time on her regular time. So I'm not really sure who's at a loss in terms of the banking system when this kind of things happen. But I want to tell you, this kind of things are possible. So we had 2 of them just in my group. It's probably happening all over the world. I'm not really sure who balances this at the end of the day, but some ledgers I'm sure are not balancing, but that's not for us to worry about, right? Because once the money is in your account, they're not going to take it out. Yeah, they're insured. They're insured, so whatever, who cares? As long as, don't even think about the how, because if you think about the how, maybe the system is going to start thinking about the how, you know what I mean? And maybe they're going to come after you to ask you for the money back, but it hasn't happened to the first queen in the story that I'm saying. I've done a video in regards to cord cutting and how sometimes our manifestations are happening to others. And I got a lot of questions on how to cord cut, right? I hope you guys understand. If you have energetic cords with people in your life, and we all do, right? People we love, people we hate, people we touched, unfortunately, and just generally people who are in our lives, right? Sometimes your manifestations may go to them, and the cord cutting is actually a pretty formal thing that requires a lot of awareness. And of course, you're not going to cord cut with your child and with your husband, but you do want to go through some sort of energetic cleanse that speaks mostly to you. And I don't think there's like just one way of doing it. Okay, I energetically cleanse all the time. I like to cleanse with physical water, so I like to swim a lot, be in oceans, every time I'm in a body of water, I consciously bring my awareness to my energy and I just leave it behind, because I think the earth has this power to absorb anything negative. Okay, people also say you can do it with pets. Cats have a particular affinity to absorbing and processing negative energy. That's what they say. I mean, I've always grown up with a cat. I only have 1 cat, but this is like my 3rd cat. So I don't know if that's true or not, because I only know life with cats. I'm assuming it is. I want to think it is. And they also say if you can do a formal process where somebody who knows what they're doing can do this for you. So I don't do that for people. I don't do any of that stuff other than mindset and diving deeper into this knowledge. But, I do recommend that whatever process is meaningful for you, and maybe what's meaningful for you is to walk in a church, in a temple, in the mosque, and just, listen to some prayers and just have that wash whatever it is that you feel is in your energetic system that's blocking you. Whatever is meaningful for you, you should do it, and you should do it on a regular basis. So, the screen says, I just got 2 kittens about 3 weeks ago and I feel so much lighter and much less negative. Yeah, I heard that a lot. So, they're supposedly absorbent of this negativity and, even diseases and illnesses in the body for some reason. I don't know. So, I love cats, so I'm glad to hear that. Let's see if I missed anything here. We're talking about anemia here. I can't address that in this live because they'll cancel me. In the 60-day challenge, if we don't have dreams, what do we write down? You have to request every single night that you remember your dreams. We all dream. It's all a matter of remembering it. Please don't say anymore that you don't have dreams. Just say, I want to remember my dream. I need to remember my dream. My dreams are important to me. They're a way for me to understand my subconscious beliefs, and you must allow me the opportunity to remember it. Okay, you talk to the universe, talk to wherever you think the depository of dreams are, whoever you think that gatekeeper is. You must get your dreams back into your awareness. Everybody dreams. This is proven already scientifically. Just by measuring the brain waves during sleep, just the way the brain waves move, they know there's images generated in your mind. So everybody dreams. How do I manifest a wealthy man? I want this so bad. The separation that you hold between yourself and wealth is probably a problem. You know, you're over here and the wealthy man is over here. You know, the unreachable goal. What is it that you can think right now to normalize the interaction of always being protected and provided for? I'm always protected and provided for, and just start from there, as opposed to thinking, wow, then a wealthy man is such an achievement. You know, do not put this thing on a pedestal, because then it becomes more important than you. It becomes something to aspire to, and nothing that we really aspire to. You know, that's why celebrities are so far out of reach, right? It's like there's someone who we aspire to be or to look like or to be as successful of, and you know, the majority of people never get there, right? Because it's this distance that we put there, and in reality they're people like us. They think like us, they have a busy schedule just like us. They're no different, right? It's just wear more makeup and have bigger paychecks. Can I repeat what I said about the wealthy man? My live will be on my YouTube channel. I publish all my lives after they're done. My lives are always at the same time, guys. 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mondays and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays. I'm here for the people who want to learn and for the people who are doing my challenge, taking specific questions. So the cord cutting, okay? I want to make sure that you guys got it. You have to you have to have a process via which you're doing this. And somebody asked me an interesting question. Somebody said, I heard somewhere that you should never cord cut against someone you have kids with. Can you go more into this? You know, I heard this as well. You know, with somebody that you had kids with, you probably shouldn't go through a formal cord cutting ceremony or whatever it is you want to do. I have an ex myself, my child's father, and you know, like, all I do is I just wish him the best, right? Because I know if he's happy and he's in his best life, then he'll be the best father for my child. That's how I see it, right? But other than that, I just keep that out of my awareness, not through via some, you know, cord cutting or what have you, because it is true, when you created life together, you might cut the wrong thing and it may affect this creation that you have together. So I would just, whether you're in touch with the other parent, whether they're not a good parent, whether they're a great parent, like it happens, you know, to be my case, I'm very grateful for that. You have to keep them in the highest, like, it's sort of in like, I want the best for them, right? Because when you have this attitude of forgiveness and wanting the best, now the best doesn't have to be a woman who's better than you, a woman who's younger than you, you know, just the best state of mind for them, and the best, whatever it is in their energy that can be returned to your child or to your children. That's how I would put it in sort of, so I wouldn't go through, he's right, whoever asked me this, it was a man. I also would not do a formal cord cutting ceremony with the child's father. Let's see. Wait, okay, how can I manifest to have so much disposable income, so much safety, so much peace? Okay, first of all, I wouldn't associate having money in your bank account with safety, because safety can come in many different ways. There's a lot of people who don't produce an income and they're very safe and taken care of, okay? And so I don't want you to put so much disposable income in the same sentence as I am safe and protected and provided for, okay? Like, think about, there's many women and even men in this world that don't produce an income and they're safe, okay? So safe and peace, I like this one. I'm always protected and provided for. My world always gives to me. The more I relax, the more I receive. I know I'm always taken care of. I know, and it's not, Your source of income is not that wealthy man, okay? Your source of income is not your parents, it's not your job, it's not your next job, it's not the government check. Your source of income is the universe. You must believe this, okay? The universe will create a way. It might be through a wealthy man. It might be through your parents. It might be through a lottery win. But remember where the source is. The source is what you believe in. Now, you can choose to believe in fear, and therefore more lack of money will be returned, or you can choose to believe you're always protected and provided for, okay? Do not associate safety and provision with you making a lot of disposable income. Is it best to visualize what I want or just surrender and accept my current situation? It's always, you should have a practice via which you visualize and you do things consistently. That's why I created the 60-day challenge. But your visualization should not become an obsession, okay? Always visualize this or better for me. I know for a fact the world will return this or better, whatever I'm thinking about or better. But remember, when you're saying this, whatever you're thinking about, when it's negative, that will manifest as well. This is why awareness and control of your thoughts, control of your triggers, is so important in manifestation. Unfortunately, we visualize for like 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and then we go back in the world to our old habits and to our old, we give the finger to whoever cuts us off on the road. We like talk badly about the boss with another coworker. We go through the same process. Like basically we're doing the same things over and over again, and we just visualize this thing for 10 minutes and we're like, why is it not here? It's because you're having the same reaction. There's no lasting inner change. There's no energetic system to support that visual into manifesting in 3D. What do you do when you keep believing that there's only one source of income for you? You change that belief. That's a limiting belief. You change it, you convince yourself, you say it out loud, you write it out. You write it out and you understand this. You don't know what you don't know, okay? You have no idea what the sources of income are. You're just, whoever told you there's one and there's only one and you cannot receive, is just somebody else's thought. Okay, maybe you've observed your mother growing up. There was only one income, or your father, only one income, right? But the reality is, you don't know what you don't know, what's lurking, how the universe is working. So I find beauty in this, to always remind myself, but I don't know what's working in the background to make things happen for me better and whatever it is I want. Because I always refresh, like I get my manifestations and then I put something else there, right? So when I cross something off the list, I'm like, what else can I want? And this is what I talked about at the beginning, right? Life always wants to seek out to live more. Ideally, you should never be like, now I got like $1 million and I guess I'm done. It doesn't work that way, right? You'll spend that million pretty fast. That's what happens with lottery winners in general. That's they're not investing in the right things, right? In life, living more. They're just wasting it on a bunch of material things and giving it to people who are also of wasteful mindset, and so it kind of all goes away. Love your videos. They strike a real chord like inside. I don't know how to explain. Yeah, whatever information is for you will feel that way. If some information is annoying, just skip it and don't follow that person. It's not for you at this current point in time. But when something rings true, go and explore why it rings true. What more can you do with that information? Where is it inside of you that you feel it? And what limiting belief or what creative force does it ignite inside of you? Let's see. I don't like the idea of having to work hard for money. I love receiving easily. Perfect. And so you shall. It's hard to ask for it and then let it go, so you're not dwelling on what you want. The way you let it go is you realize you're actually not that smart to figure all the possibilities via which you can make it happen. So in order to do this, you have to believe and understand there's an infinite intelligence at play that knows so much more than you that it's not even in the realm of comparison. And really this idea that it's hard to let go of the how comes from the ego. Your ego is saying, if you don't figure out how to do this, it's not going to happen, right? Let's think about this. right? How are you smarter than the universe? Reason with your ego, reason with the logical system, the paradigm that you have inside of you. Just reason with it. Okay, it just say you're not that smart. You're not that. Your job is to transmit and to receive. Transmit and receive. Evolve your consciousness with every single experience. What can I learn from this? I was triggered less. Why? I've evolved. I've evolved with not letting things bother me, not reacting. Even if somebody hurt me, I will not do the same thing in return. And so I've gotten better than I was this time 2 months ago. You know what I mean? So just stay focused on that. And I want to see what else we have. I forgot my journal at home while traveling. I'll get a new one here. Do I write in the old one again? This one's a tough one because I'm never without my journal. I think, you know that with... Oh, Irina, why is it that these things kind of happen to you? You know what I mean? Now, this is a tough question. What do you do without your journal? I mean, I like to have, you guys know how I'm with journals because I did the thing about scripting. Like I complete them to the last page and then I file them. And then I read them like a year later and I see things that I wrote down actually came true. I just gave you examples in the video. And so I know it's working. I know it's like my space to unfold my most, you know. So look, if I were in your case, I wouldn't do any work on holidays. I would see it. I'm disconnected from the holiday. Like it's my holiday. I'm disconnected from this. I'm taking a break. I'm closing it up so I can open it back up again. Otherwise, I'd feel like my thoughts are scattered all over all of these journals, right? So I would just put it on hold. Let's see what else. Is it important to do meditations during the 60-day challenge, like the ones of Joe Dispenza, to manifest? Do not do any meditations to manifest. Do not do anything after you set the goals for the 60-day challenge. Do not try to manifest. Okay, trying to manifest gives you more trying. Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditations are very hard. They're not beginner meditations, okay? And the good ones are long. They're long. They're over an hour long. So I don't want you guys to get frustrated with these meditations. Like when I started doing these meditations a few years ago, they didn't ring with me. Like I couldn't do them. I wasn't at the level where I could do them. So I was doing other things. I was doing like 20 minutes relaxing meditations from YouTube, or, you know, I found a good channel. It's called The Healing Guys. It's one word, The Healing Guys. And I found those very relaxing and very so it depends where you're at. Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditations are about exploring consciousness. I'm currently doing this one. I've been doing it for almost 2 months now. It's called Changing Boxes. It's this meditation where you go into this darkness and you explore the endless and the limitless and the black void. And it's like, you know, in order to keep your awareness on nothing, it's very difficult. So I just want to make sure that whatever meditation you have is matching whatever consciousness level you are at this current point in time, because otherwise you're just gonna forget it. And you know, I had a friend of mine try his meditation. She's like, I don't like his voice. It's like sounds very creepy, and I just like, it doesn't relax me. His meditations are not supposed to relax you. It's supposed to keep you aware. So that's what I would have to say. I love Dr. Joe Dispenza. I want to manifest money. I think you may have sent me a note about this, because I have a similar note stored here to read, so I'll just address it in a second. How do you avoid being affected by the limiting beliefs of the people around you? Yeah, you restrict and limit your interaction with them. You know what I mean? And you have to understand that while you change, you will notice their reaction to you will change, but they will not change to the same rate that you change, right? So it would be amazing if, as we grow, we could take everybody along with us. But the reality is we can't. And then you'll notice that things that didn't bother you before, they bother you now, right? Like incessant political talk, incessant complaining, like you won't be able to stand it anymore. This has happened to me. I've had to cut people out of my life. And some people, of course, mom, dad, you can't cut off, right? But you have to limit your interaction, and you have to know when you've had a great meditation, when you've had a great day, that's not your time to interact with those people, because you know they're gonna bring you right down. Like everything you're building, they're kind of like, you take 2 steps back, right? And also you have to learn to distance yourself from, like, emotionally, in a sense that when you look at them, you understand that everybody can see life only through their own biases and their own paradigm and their own whatever beliefs and things and traumas that has shaped them. So I understand that, whoever's in my family, like let's say my mother, the way she understands life would be different than the way I understand life. And the way she understands life is different than her mother understood life, going through different times and harder times. And, so I can never expect, anyone who came before to have the same perception of the world as me. Right? I don't come from an enlightened, Buddhist monk family, right? They don't even have families. So, I expect that everyone's shaped by their own. So I'm like, oh, she's saying that because, this happened to her when she was younger, but this has nothing to do with me. I'm not going to internalize this. I'm choosing not to internalize this. Get it? I'm so wise and beautiful. Thank you so much. Can you say hi to Gia and Emily? Gia and Emily, are you children? Hi, Gia and Emily. Let's see. The 60-day challenge is in my bio. I love reading my old scripting journal. Me too. It's incredible how many little things manifest that we don't like. I read in them things that people have said to me after I wrote them down, that people saying this and this about me, and I'm like, yes, this has actually happened. I once wrote, I'm published in this magazine, and it was like a 3D business magazine, and I was like, wow, but they require certain qualifications that I don't yet have. And by the end of the following year, they published like 5 of my pieces. Let's see. Yeah, you can handle certain complaints for people. Yeah. Let's see. I have some more stuff here that I want to, I take screenshots of it. So just give me 1 second so I get to it. Okay. The SP. You guys are going to drive me nuts with the SPs. I have a question, if you don't mind. This queen sends me a message on TikTok. I have a question, if you don't mind, to get your opinion. I'd appreciate it. I'm in a relationship that I don't want anymore due to some unfavorable things happening that don't flatter my value of who I am as a woman. So basically, he's treating her like crap. So I asked the universe for everything he is, but better, minus the cheating. I mean, having a loyal man, and him to have more money. And my ex from 12 years ago magically appeared into my life. Could this be meant to be? That's the whole message. Could this be meant to be? No. And I'll tell you why, Queen. Because you're starting your sentence saying, I am in a relationship that I don't want anymore. So you're still in this relationship. So you're not different. And I'm sorry, I just want to give you guys the truth of how it is. Until you have changed, nothing around you changes. Now, you may attract somebody like we talked about, like spell work. Okay, I want something, and it kind of materializes. But that person's interaction with you will be more or less the same. Because you cannot be in a relationship with somebody who's a cheater, who doesn't have money, who's disloyal, and, excuse me, I don't take calls during my lives, please don't call me, and who treats you badly and decreases your value as a woman, and still be in this relationship and trying to manifest somebody else. Because every time he does that, and he's doing that, he's taking away a piece of your dignity and a piece of your soul and a piece of your power. And so you realize this, right? That even if your ex comes, even if a new man comes, they're going to see the same woman who's allowing this. And you're probably telling these new guys, oh, this guy didn't treat me very well. He cheated on me. He did this, he did that. And I'm telling you, Okay, I want to be very frank with all the queens in my group and everybody, okay? When you present yourself as damaged goods, as somebody who's there knowing that she's going to be abused, knowing that she's going to be cheated on, and you're still there, what is this new man supposed to think about your worth? Why would he treat you like a princess when any guy can have you and treat you, the opposite of that, and you're still with that guy? This is the question, right? The moment you find out a guy cheated on you, it's over. It's over forever. Okay? Now, if you have children with him and, you own a house for $4 million and it's complicated, come talk to me separately, okay? But if you're his girlfriend and he cheated on you and he doesn't have any money, he's not paying. I was on a Zoom call with somebody and she basically said, she was in a relationship, a very hurtful relationship for like 3 years with a guy who promised her he's going to leave his wife for her. And so I was under the impression that this guy was like supporting her. So it turns out she says, no, I pay all my own bills. So I'm like, wait a second, why? Like, I'm not understanding what his investment in you is. Right? Like you always as a woman, you want to understand like what is a man's investment in you, right? When you walk away from a situation, what are you losing? I thought like, she was like a stay-at-home girlfriend and he was like, for 3 years, she's going through this heartbreak. He keeps back and forthing her. He's not leaving his wife and she's doing it all on her own money. And why would he ever change the situation? I'm want to be very honest, okay? And I want to be as compassionate as I can be, but only you define your value. Please, ladies, do not be cheated on and say I'm in a relationship with this guy who doesn't pay and who's cheating on me. Please, okay? From that point, nothing good can manifest, nothing. Even the new knight in shining armor, he's gonna figure out pretty quickly how easily he can have anything he wants out of you, please. And this hurts me to say this as a woman, because I think we are so precious. Okay, we're so precious in general. Many women are in this situation. So, let's see. If you want to do one-on-one session with me, just whenever you feel like you need more help. If you want to wait until you finish the 60 days, it's up to you. I don't, sell or advertise this. Whenever people want to talk to me, they just come to me. Oh, by the way, I have scammer accounts. So, if you get a message from me, it's not from me. I never contact anybody for anything. I don't offer any services. If you want to talk to me, you have to come to me. Let's see. Oh, Ash, that was your question. So you're married to this guy? I'm not understanding, but you can write me a separate note on it. This is like sort of a general comment that I have for women, because there's a lot of women in this situation where they're accepting so much less. They're in active relationships and then they're wondering, oh, but will I meet somebody else? No, not until, or you will, but it will be the same thing until you change you. How can I attract a relationship when I live with my parents? My mom is overbearing. Make sure you meet a guy who has his own place. Right? Mika, you're over 18. Yeah? Everybody on this live should be over 18. Make sure you're over 18, you're in a relationship. Make sure he doesn't live with his parents. So you can say bye-bye to your overbearing mother soon. Okay? It's okay. Let's see. I don't give advice on healing on this platform because they cancel you if you do that. If you want to talk to me separately about that, you can. How do I open up to people? I've had bad relationships in the past. You do not let your past define you. You define your self-concept now. You take a piece of paper, you write the story of the woman you want to be. You don't tell anybody that you've had bad relationships in the past. Tell everybody you've always been treated like a princess and therefore you demand the same treatment from anybody new. Oh, what do you mean? Like I've always been picked up. Oh, you don't open the car door? What are you talking about? Everybody's opened the car door for me. What do you mean? Like, you know, obviously you're paying for dinner. Like, you shouldn't even have to say that. Get it? So, you know, like at the first thing, you know, oh, what do you mean I can't look at your phone? Then, you know, you want to look at my naked body, right? And I can't look at your phone? Doesn't make any sense, right? You just change the perspective under which you give yourself, right? Hey, let me ask you guys. You know, you're with a man. He can see your coochie, but you cannot see his phone. Is that how it works? Let's think about this. Let's think about this. Veronica says, 40 years with a narcissist, finally realized my worth and left. Best thing I did. For some, it happens later than others. But remember, we are our own. You know, we tend to think the narcissist is the perpetrator. And indeed, some women, they have no choice, okay? But I would say women in North America and women in general, like we have much more choice than the majority of women, you know, from third world countries or something. So at some point, we gotta take responsibility that we're allowing this to happen to us. Get my own place. Okay. Mika, you're in mid-20s. Yeah, listen, why get your own place? Why can't you meet a man? You're in your mid-20s. You're young, you're beautiful. Why are you getting your own place? From the mother to the guy. Right? I never lived alone. Yeah, actually, I've only lived with my ex-husband, my now ex-husband, and my current fiance. Never lived with anyone else from my parents' house. I always looked at my ex's phone. That's how I realized they cheated. But now I'm more confident. I'm not sure. You're more confident and you won't look at their phone? I think periodically there's nothing wrong with checking. And obviously you would have to have the same rule for yourself. I think when you're in a committed relationship, not just dating or not just, you know, when you're in a committed relationship, we're just seeing each other, we're working towards something together. We're working towards something together, not we're just exclusively sleeping with each other. We're just working towards something, a purpose together. Then the phone is on the table with notifications popping up. There's just nothing to hide, right? They should know all your friends. You should know all your friends. It's not about reading each other's messages. I don't read my fiance's messages, but, you know, my messages pop up. Not from you guys, and not my private email, but like my private phone, all of my, that's why I have two phones, right? This is my personal phone. My personal phone is just, you know, available. How can you join the manifestation thing? It's in my bio. Thank you so much for saying that. I need privacy. I just want to see what else is going on. What do you think that everyone is you pushed out? I think we recognized in other people, it's not literal, okay? I think we recognize in other people aspects of ourselves that are unhealed, but I also think that sometimes people are in our lives just to antagonize us. And sometimes, you know, there's complexity to this world, okay? People who have a high potential will be tested more because there are forces in this life that don't want you to evolve, right? But they can't stop you from doing it. They can just antagonize you, right? This is what in religion is called the devil, or, you know, it's just, you're being antagonized to the sense that everyone's you pushed out, okay? If you choose to believe that, it's okay. Then with every person that antagonizes you saying, what do I have to fix about myself? And, you know, the moment you ask that, you also cut that person out of your life, because I'm not going to stay around an antagonist until I feel like I've healed. You know, I might just say, okay, why was this person rude to me? Or why is this person the way it was? And I might think about it for a bit, but then I won't put myself in that situation again. That's sort of how I treat it. Can you print the worksheet? You can do whatever you want once you get it. But I would just make sure you don't populate it more than one entry per day, because the idea is these entries, they have to come to you every single day. Every single day you should increase in consciousness and in awareness. So every single day you should have a different input. There was one more message that I meant to read, so let me just see what it was. Okay. So this queen says, I love your manifestation. I'm trying to learn. I have a very specific questions that's not been addressed by anyone. I'm trying to manifest money right now. I have nothing left. I can't explain everything in detail, but I just hate my job. I want to start an online business and do what feels aligned with who I want to become. I just feel like I no longer want to be available for everything and everyone that doesn't make me feel good. Every day I've been trying to embody the version of myself who already has a specific amount of money. I've taken steps, but it is so hard for me to relax and hold the fate when there's no money left. This really sends me to spiral and I feel forced to do something ASAP. What is your advice? Do I fully quit my job and hold the fate? And if so, how? Well, here's what I would say. Remember we talked about Maslow hierarchies of needs, and if you're here at the bottom in survival mode, you can't really self-actualize from that, right? Because your need for food and shelter will come before the forefront of your mind so much more than self-actualization and doing the highest good. So I would say you cannot be in the situation where there's no money left. Okay, if you have a job and it seems like you do, you have to decrease your expenses first as a first step to the point where you can accumulate something that for 3, 4, 5 months you would be okay without the job. Okay, and then, when you hate this job, but I don't know if you guys know my job story from back in the day. Like, I stopped working a job or in corporate in 2014, but the way I did it, I hated it. Okay, I was working a lot, I was making a good salary, but I hated it. And towards the end, it became unbearable. It didn't leave me any time for myself and my family. And I thought to myself, I had this business idea, and I thought to myself, if I could only get $50,000 to my business, and to also pay for some expenses for a few months, then, I would just want to manifest this specific amount, but I had allocated it already on how it's going to go. And so a few months later, the company actually underperformed. They lost some contracts and they were letting people go. So I wasn't fired, but I was let go with the package. My package, the net pay was $52,000. Now I could have taken that $52,000 and I could have been like, oh, okay, I'm only going to spend like a month or two and find another job and pocket the rest, right? But I actually executed on the instruction that I gave the universe. And I was like, I am going to invest in whatever I said I was going to invest and do the work that I said I was going to do. And towards the end, when the money almost ran out, was the first time that I got paid from my business. And I'm not talking about an online business. This is like a 3D business. And it worked out for me. It worked out much, much better than any corporate thing could have worked out. But the thing is, I held in mind this idea as like, I need a certain amount of money in order to do this. Like, I had a plan. It was a clear instruction to the universe as to what I was going to do with that money. Okay, so while you're saving in the job that you hate, I want you guys, or whoever's thinking this, a lot of people are contemplating this, I want you to be in this mindset of developing your business. There's nothing stopping you from jotting down ideas, exactly what you're going to do, what you're going to wear at your new business, how you're going to show up, researching, have all that set up already done. That's what I was doing. Okay, I just did, and the moment I got the check, that's where I put it. Okay, so, it takes a lot of faith to do that, because when you get like a bigger check like this, the first thing you'd be like, well, but let me get another job and then I can just save some of this and have more. And you know what I mean? You have to, when the universe gives you the first prompt, you have to jump to execute, but you have to do exactly what you say you're going to do with that money. That money will be coming, okay? But meanwhile, implement these practical tips that I just gave you. Let's see. Can we do the 60-day challenge more than once? Yes. The majority of people are doing it more than once. The majority of people probably on this live are on their day 100 of the 60-day challenge. Let's see. No other questions? I want to see if... do you recommend the 60-day challenge to start an online business? Yeah, listen, guys, the 60-day challenge is the cost of a lipstick. It's like $25. So, it's a way to focus your mind and to give back to others. And if the reason if you're hesitating in doing it is because it's going to take you work. And if you're not putting in the work, I know it's not the cost. So if you're not putting in the work to reset your mind and to energetically give to others, then you could think all you want, about what you want to manifest, what you don't. You need a consistent practice and you need to want to contribute to others. These are keys to getting whatever you want. Okay, so just do the challenge. Don't be like, what is this going to do for me right now? Just do it, because there's so many people in this group doing it and being like on day 100. Why do you think they're doing it? Right? So I just want to make sure you guys have no reservation in doing work for yourself. You should work on yourself first. I get up and I start working on myself. When I'm having my coffee, first I set my mind. That's how our day should start every day. Let's see this. Yes, guys, you'll manifest money for your business. Believe me, just relax into it. Just relax. You know it's coming. Remember where money comes from, right? It doesn't. You don't know where it comes from, because it comes from the universe. Sorry, it comes from the universe. You don't know the vehicle, and it's a beautiful thing that you don't know the vehicle through which it comes. Okay. I'm very invested in everyone's success when they're doing the 60-day challenge. And even if you're not, I want you guys to understand there's so many more ways to fail than to succeed. Remember this, if you remember one thing from this life. If you're going with the flow of society, 95% chance you're going to fail. Okay, if you're not working on yourself, working on your mind, and going against the stream of what collective consciousness is thinking, you're not likely to succeed. I know one time I asked the universe for the money, I gained $5,000. Yep. If you think of money the right way, you won't have a problem attracting it. I don't really believe that the universe understands numbers the way we associate numbers with currency, because money is a made-up concept. But if you have a sum of money that you need to do something, like I said, I want to manifest 50 grand to do this, and the universe understands what you want to do with it, and then it has no choice but to give it to you. If you understand the difference, right? So it's not about manifesting an exact amount. It's manifesting the amount that you need. And by the way, you don't need it for some noble purpose. Maybe you just want to manifest $50,000 to spend the summer in Europe. That's fine. The universe is neutral. It doesn't care about the ethics of your request. I started waking up early just to do the challenge, and now it's second nature. Yeah. And when you do the challenge, like, guys, sit there with it and be like, what's coming to me? Do not have these things that are on repeat. Remember, you're trying to get away from the repeat. I told everybody in my group to start brushing their teeth with the opposite hand. Okay, this is a tip I learned from a neuroscientist, also on YouTube, I think I saw him. I started to implement this. It's amazing. It's like, first it's so hard. It keeps you so much into awareness. And, it's just, try to do one thing differently. Don't do the same thing routinely, same thing over and over again. Okay, go to the gym different times of the day if you can. Don't drive by another coffee shop. Don't do the same things over and over again. Let's see, what if money comes from a lawsuit? Yeah, you have no control where money comes from. So make sure when you do your affirmations, with harm to none, to my highest benefit, this or better. Okay, money the universe is neutral. I explained to you guys, it will fulfill it in the easiest way for it, not in the easiest way for you. I'm scared of manifesting a big sum and then get hit by a car. Yeah, I would be too. That's why I haven't yet won $50 million, but I have a good life, because I'm focused on having a good life. I'm scared actually of large amounts of money. I'm scared, like, you're very seen when you have this large amounts of money, right? $200 million. Then people want something from you. People watching you, I don't know. It's not a fear I'm trying to induce in people, but I know that fear. It's better to focus on a successful life. It's better to focus on just being happy, just what you want to contribute. If you can contribute to other people, that means you're not in survival mode. Get it? If you have time to volunteer and to donate and be a philanthropist and, foster animals, then you're not stressed out about a job. So that means you're okay. So keep your mind on what you would be doing if you had that sum of money. Right? That's it. That's it for tonight, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I end all my lives with the 369 tapping. Any lotto wins lately, I only ask for the ones that are significant. So, I'm not interested in $20, $5. We have a high incidence of lottery wins, but they haven't been any huge amounts yet, except 2 people got on my lives, and one said I manifested 73,000 and then they disappear, and then another one said I manifested 90,000 and then they disappear. All I ask is, if you guys win a big amount, I'm not going to ask you for anything. Make like a fake email account and email me that you did. Email me the story. I'm not going to come after you or ask you or publish your name or anything like that. Okay, you can write to me privately. I would just like to know this for my group and for everybody, because I know there have been lottery wins with this group. Don't be afraid to tell me, okay? Even if you do it from a private email account. For the members of my group, I do a Facebook Live every other Saturday. So we're gonna have one this Saturday, and it's gonna be at 1 p.m. Facebook doesn't have a word restriction on your questions, so that's where we put more in-depth question. If you want to be part of my Facebook group, the link is in my bio. I end all my lives with the 369 tapping. You can do it with me. If not, if you don't want to, this is the end of the live, and I'll see you Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, let's put our hands together. This takes 30 seconds. One breath. I am a winner. 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 I am a winner.